A city that in the 1950s was the world's industrial giant. I'm talking about Detroit. With a population of 1.8 million people and 140 square miles of land and infrastructure used to support this booming Midwestern urban center. And now today, just a half a century later, Detroit is the poster child for urban decay. Currently in Detroit, or that population is under 700,000, which 84% are African American, and due to decades of debasement and capital flight. So from the city into the suburbs, there is a decay in Detroit. There is the scarcity of retail, there is a decay, and more specifically, there is a decay in fresh food retail, resulting in a city where 70% of Detroiters are obese and overweight, and they struggle to access nutrition food that they need to stay healthy, that they need to prevent premature inlines in diet-related disease. For too many Detroiters live closer a fast food restaurant, or to a convenience store, or to a gas station, where they have to shop for food. They have to shop for fast food, and they do a full service. And this is not the good news about the city of Detroit. And I won't take about the news of Detroit. I'm going to take about the story of Detroit that Detroiters intend to change. Because this is a new movement and a new story that Detroiters are trying to change right now. Through the urban agriculture and food entrepreneurship. And here's the thing, because Detroiters' recent history, it now finds itself with some very unique assets. Open line being one of them. Experts say that the entire cities of Boston, San Francisco, for example, and they brought to Massachusetts will fit in the land area of the city of Detroit. The future goal says that 4 square miles in the city is vacant. It's available for them to be able to try some new strategies for them to be able to get their own food. So Detroit, that hits open land, fertile soil, proximity to water, willing labor, and a desperate demand for healthy, fresh food, and all of this create a people-powered grassroots movement of people in Detroit who are transforming this city of that was the capital of American industry into an agrarian paradise in the world. Everything know that all the cities in the world, Detroit, Michigan, is the best positioned to serve the world's urban exemplar. And for example, in Latin America, we could take some models because in our cities we don't have obesity and overweight problems, but we have a lot of problem that we don't have enough and healthy food, and that we can find and we could get by our own ways. And for example, we understand that urban agriculture in Detroit is growing because everybody try to grow together. So these spaces are spaces of for them to be able to get each other's and for them to be able to meet. As well, at the same time, they are getting healthy and fresh food to everybody, the friends, the family, and the neighbors. And everybody can find that in Detroit. For example, if they want to see what it looks like when they are empowered and when they have to take or produce something, you can have every one of these things that you need nearby your house because the spaces in Detroit are perfect for them to be able to take an ideal model for some countries, for example, in our case in Latin America, can take them. They have in Detroit there are new marketplaces, places, and this one to agriculture. Agriculture looks like the city of Detroit. There are a lot of opportunities to travel to Detroit, are to compare, for example, in another projects, how this city works about it, and how in some rural communities we can work of the same way, or some things that for us can be possible when available. For example, taking some models from Detroit. Here, and not only for them to be able to get or for us to be able to cultivate the food. In the same way, we can process that and we can take and be independent from another industries that are away from this country. Or for all these countries is there we don't have only the same option of to be the producers of primary material, but we can take another way and try to transform and give another value at what we're producing for us to be able to commercialize it and give an agri value for all of these things that we are trying to make. For example, our communities can get away and we can transform our own of them. So we have to take knowledge about the farming, about the living, about the how we can administrate the water, for example, that is something that we have and we can potentialize using in the correct way all these things that we have for us to be able to work about and in this topic. For example, in Detroit we have a lot of restaurants and a lot of old buildings that they are using and they are trying to make something new with what they are making. For example, restaurants or some places for them to be able to get the food inside their buildings. For example, there are a lot of techniques that allow to do it, and they are trying to use all the space that, for example, everybody haven't a lot of value. They're trying to give a better use for that and for them to be able to potentialize what they have. So, not only talking about Detroit, we have to use Detroit like an example for us here in our countries in Latin America, for us to be able to take and for us to be able to use in nearby your hall, nearby our houses, and nearby in our towns, because we don't have a lot of big cities, but we have a lot of big towns that around them we can use all these spaces and all the we have in Central America and generally in Latin America, for us to be able to have our own food, and for us to be able to produce in the best quality, and for us to be able to consume by ourselves all what we're making for in the better way and the in a responsibly way, and that can be something about they have different problems and we have different problems, but taking about some models we can find and we can get one solution. It's not the same, but it have and the same fundament for everybody can work and try to potentialize everything what the countries or the communities or the families have.